All right. What's going on out there, TikTok? It's been a while. If you've been paying attention, I posted a video yesterday and it was long form. And for some reason, TikTok does not like long form. So I made a shorter version. But if you want to hear the in-depth stuff, check out my last video. With that said, let me say something that a lot of people still don't seem to understand about American politics right now. See, at this point, it almost doesn't matter what Donald Trump does. For a lot of his critics, the reaction is already decided before the event even happens. If Trump fails, they say, "We told you so." If Trump succeeds, they still say it's a disaster. If something objectively positive happens, they'll bend over backwards trying to explain why it's secretly terrible. And when that happens over and over again, you start realizing something really important. This isn't about policy anymore. It's about identity. Look at the reactions to these same events. You'll see one group of people celebrating, people chanting Trump's name, people doing the Trump dance, people openly saying they believe that the decisions that Donald Trump made were the right move. But when you look at the reaction from his critics online, everything is framed as a catastrophe. Everything is framed as if it is catastrophic. Everything is negative. Everything is framed as proof that the world is falling apart. And when you see reactions that polarized, you have to ask a deeper question. Like, why are some people completely incapable of acknowledging anything positive in if Trump's name is attached to it? This is where psychology becomes very interesting. There's a psychologist named Alexander Lewin who developed a framework called bioenergetics. One of his ideas was that people naturally try to make their external world match their internal state. If someone feels confident and stable internally, they tend to see more stability around themselves. But when someone is carrying resentment, anger, or internal conflict, that tension gets projected outwards. Everything becomes negative. Everything becomes threatening. Everything becomes evidence that the world is broken. Lewin argues that when people don't resolve that internal tension, they start trying to change things externally. New identities, new symbols, new ways of presenting themselves to the world. But if that internal conflict isn't resolved, the dissatisfaction never goes away. And the cycle continues. Now, with that said, look at the political climate today. What we're seeing doesn't resemble normal disagreement anymore. Normal disagreement would mean looking at an event and asking, was this good or was this bad? But what we're seeing now is different. Some people have reached a point where anything connected to Trump must automatically be interpreted as negative. It has to be. It must be. And when someone reaches that stage, debate becomes almost impossible. Because you're no longer arguing about policy. You're arguing with someone's identity. And identity does not respond to logic. And that is the real divide in America right now. It's not just political. psychological